Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Rogues Den Show, where we recorded it before.
And now we're doing it again.
Yeah, Bo isn't here, he ditched us, and now everything's falling apart. But luckily, I have better Bo. I'm the one in charge. But she's missing, so I got Kez here instead.
That'd be me.
He's a proper filmmaker. He made our film. He made the 4th best Batman movie.
Oh, thanks.
You're
the
welcome.
4th?
Yeah.
Well, what's the other ones?
Oh, you got the other 3. So
You got the other 3.
you made a movie better than Batman and Robin,
Thanks.
which is all you
Not
can hope
hard to do, but thanks.
for. You made it with less money and it looks better.
So what are we talking about this week, Dan, on the Rogues Den
Speaking
Show?
of Batman and Robin, we're talking about movies that are so bad they're good.
Wait, who am I?
You're Kez.
Cool, and that's Dan.
Yes.
Very good. So that's how we can add the little name thingies in there.
Yeah, cool.
This is going so much better than the first time.
This is so good. Yeah, commit. So, we are going to be talking about what makes a bad movie, what makes a good movie, what makes a movie so bad it's good, and does anything matter at all?
Oh, so you have decided this time round on the second recording that a movie can be so bad that it's good.
Yes, because cats
that-
exist.
Or was it because we talked about Sharknado for 13 and a half minutes?
Look, we cannot talk about Sharknado for that long. I mean, I can. I have a video about it. But, no. Well, the thing is, okay, so what makes a good movie to you? And why do you hate Marvel?
Oh, that's easy. So, okay, what makes a good movie is the script, so a good writer, and making sure it's got really good character development, and Marvel's just shit. No, alright, Marvel's not shit. I don't hate Marvel. The thing is for me and Marvel, mostly, and there are some Marvel films that I really, really like, is that it's not for me.
I
think that's the thing that I need to argue, is that I think Marvel is very much a family-friendly comic book series, mostly. There are certain ones that aren't. Whereas where the running joke is that DC is so dark, is that I like those real gritty stories.
The thing about...
your Batmans and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I like most of Marvel until recently when I was I don't care anymore. But except for Doctor Strange, holy shit, that trailer's real good.
That's pretty damn good.
But one of the things that I like about Marvel and also get bored with Marvel is that they're all 8. It's like an 8 out of 10.
All 8.
You know exactly what you're gonna get,
Yeah.
right? This is Marvel, and that gets boring. What I like is we had $50. We have $50. We have a day to shoot this. Let's see what happens. See what happens, people. And the thing I like about DC is you have 2 out of 10s and you have 10 out of 10s, but they're all nuts.
Yeah,
they're like the old Fox X-Men movies, where it's I don't know what's happening, but we're trying something different.
So what's some of your favourite Marvel movies then?
Favorite Marvel movies? I like Captain America because it's a war movie, and I really like war movies.
Yeah, see, the second one's great, Winter Soldier. It's a
Winter
fantastic
Soldier
movie.
is a great Cold War movie.
Yeah.
And I like Ant-Man because I think it's a fun heist movie, which I dig.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I like Marvel movies that are doing genres that I like.
Yeah, okay. See, I love Logan. I think Logan is phenomenal.
is so
Yeah.
good. But
then you got Captain Marvel, which was just terrible.
so I stopped watching Marvel movies after Endgame. Doctor Strange will be the first Marvel movie that I watched.
Did you watch even though they're not technically Marvel movies, they're sort of half Marvel movies, half Sony movies, did you watch any Spider-Man?
I haven't watched the latest Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
Also, I don't care about...
Good man.
I don't like Spider-Man.
Me neither.
I don't like Peter Parker. I think he's a terrible character.
It's just no substance. I'm sorry.
So what happened... So with Peter Parker, in the comics, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Because he acts like a teenager, but he's 35. And so I hate him.
Yeah,
because
okay.
he's just an incessant man child.
Anyway, we're talking about Marvel. Let's move on.
Okay, fine. We'll cut most of this out. So
What's a really bad movie that is so bad that it's good?
Cats. See my review of Cats.
No, it's not good.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Yeah.
But it's
And I
not so
talk about
terrible
it-
that it's good.
Well, here's the thing, right? The only way that a movie is so bad it's good
Is
if
Sharknado.
if it's still bad.
Great.
If it's still bad, then it's so bad it's good. If not, then it's just a good movie. Like Rocky Horror. People say that Rocky Horror is so bad it's good. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It wanted to be a weird, gay, 1950s horror sci-fi mashup. And it succeeded entirely.
I also don't know how they can go from movies where they actually start off really good, then they get one even better, which is very rare. The sequel's better, and then the third one is just absolute trash, like Shrek.
Yeah, I think that what happens with that is that I don't know, because usually the sequel's bad because it runs out of ideas. It's like we had one idea and then we're out, or it's part of a franchise.
Yeah, they just spin a chocolate wheel. And we'll go with that.
Yeah. And God, Shrek 2 is so good.
Shrek 2 is great.
Yeah. So but with the movie that's so bad it's good, if it's good, then it's just a good movie and it's just silly. And people think that silly or camp is bad.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
it's doing that on purpose.
I'm fine with having humour in a film. Okay, so, all right, this is not a movie, this is a TV series, but I was absolutely adamant in not watching the new Peacemaker TV series. I was like, I'm not watching that garbage. Don't bring a Marvel director across to DC. I absolutely despise Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the formula. The humor, I just can't do it. It's just too stupid for me.
It sounds like there's
But
gonna be a
then
twist.
I said to my mate, I'll watch 2 episodes of Peacemaker and I'll see, from there. And now I can't get enough of it. I think it's a fantastic TV series.
I still haven't watched it, but what I like is that even though you don't like a lot of what Marvel does, you're still you're not a dick. You're still they're
fine
give it a go.
movies. They're good movies.
But
it's just not for me.
But not only that, but it's I'll give it a shot, or I'll stop watching because
they already even my own production house. I don't own it. When I say my own, is what I favour. So DC, they've done some pretty shit movies.
They did. They did The Joker, and I hate The Joker.
See, that's a fantastic movie for me.
The Joker is so bad because it.
So this is now my show.
The Joker is so bad because it doesn't do anything new. It's it copies someone else's homework. Like Star Wars, right? George Lucas got a bunch of stuff like Flash Gordon, Dune, and all that stuff, and made his own thing with it. With the Joker, it's I'm just gonna add the Joker and make Taxi Driver and King of Comedy. And just do that.
Look, I can see that.
Directly.
That's a very fair point.
And all of the ones that when I saw Joker, I'm like, this scene's really good. But this Batman scene that they forced in is real shit. And it turns out, when I saw King of Comedy, that they just assumed that you've never seen a movie before.
Yeah, okay.
The only movie that you've seen
You know what I hate, though, is, and I'm going to cut you off again because I'm good at doing that.
As long as you have something to add.
Is when they think they can buy themselves a good movie. So, for example, Don't Look Up.
Okay.
So you've got Jennifer Lawrence, Oscar winner. You've got Meryl Streep, very big Oscar winner. And you've got Leonardo DiCaprio, Oscar winner. And the movie's still average.
So
I didn't say terrible, just average.
I haven't seen it because it looked average. And
It is average.
It's a Netflix movie, and 80% of Netflix movies are god awful, and the other ones they bought from Japan and Korea. So you have that, right?
Yeah.
You have and I don't trust big names in movies ever since movie 43.
Yeah, okay.
Movie 43 exists somehow.
You know how that existed?
Blackmail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell them the
So
story.
all those, the long version, very short, is basically all those actors owed him a favour.
I think what happened, I think yes, but also he got Hugh Jackman to sign up because Hugh Jackman is crazy and would.
Yeah.
So and then he's like, hey, I have this movie. It's got Hugh Jackman in it. Come on. Come on.
Let's do it. Let's come on. It's gonna be awesome.
And he kept like bugging them until that movie existed.
Yeah, that's true.
And then like it came out, obviously.
But see,
obviously
even
no one
Adam
liked it.
McKay, like director of Don't Look Up, has done good films before.
He did
The Big Short.
He did The Big
It's a
Short.
fantastic movie, which was nominated for Best Picture. I don't know if it won. I can't remember. But
I don't know,
still.
but it was nominated.
So
Yeah, this is a formula that he thought would succeed, but you need a strong script behind it.
yeah. And good character development, like you said in our previous recording, which they won't know, but we do.
Yeah, we
is
know.
that-
Well, they know now.
They know now.
So
Good character development.
Yeah, good character. I like movies that focus on characters.
Mm-hmm.
The story focuses around characters, and there's some that don't, and they're just not for me. And
Yeah.
it took me a while to realize that just because I don't like a movie doesn't mean that it's bad.
Yeah.
I think that's what when I decided to be a film critic, that's when that happened.
When you decided to be a
No, but like I was like, someone's holding me back. I don't get like how critics can like movies that they usually don't like, and it was because like a good film critic looks at a movie not objectively because no film is objective, but like they see what the movie's trying to do.
Yeah.
And like what I like is a movie that aims for a target and hits it, or misses so completely that it goes the other side of the world.
Yes.
And
This is completely.
and also is not boring.
Yeah.
Because The Room is the so bad it's good movie.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That is
100%.
a garbage boring movie
But it's great.
made by an egotist. Like that one wanted to win an Oscar so bad.
What about movie length? Do you think that has a lot to play with a
Oh,
good
yeah.
or a bad film?
So a movie that feels long, like
Is obviously terrible.
The Master of Disguise is 74 minutes, and like
Yeah. Okay.
like 15 of
That's
those minutes are the credits. So you couldn't get through an hour. How do you do
But then you
that?
have something like Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut.
And then you have Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut, which could have cut like 20
Probably
40
20 minutes,
Yeah.
yeah.
About 20 minutes out. You could have cut Martian Manhunter out.
Yeah, it's true. I think he was just doing it now just to say, fuck you, Warner Bros.
So the whole thing is bloated, but it's still like at the core of it, even though it is bloated, is a good script, like you said. And it is actively better. And that movie made Man of Steel a better movie.
Yes, that is true. But then you can have like the most amazing story in a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
And I think a film that does that very well is Disney Pixar's Up. The first few minutes of that, I cried my eyes out.
Here's what you do. Like if you don't want the $1 billion, then you just want the best experience. First 10 minutes of Up,
Yep.
in front of Inside Out.
Oh,
Then you just kill yourself.
well,
It's so sad.
we might be here next week. Otherwise, Dan will probably be dead.
It's so sad. The whole thing, it would be a nightmare.
So what do you got next on the Rogue Sen Show?
Up next, we are going. We're going to talk to Josh about about mountains.
About mountains.
Yes.
With little white flaky bits on top of it?
Yes.
Not dandruff?
Snowy mountains. We'll talk about snowy mountains.
Stick around for Snowy Mountains with Josh.
Hello, I'm here with Josh to talk about the snowy mountains. What got you interested in the snowy mountains?
It came into interest me from being at high school many years ago. I did a snow trip up there back a long time ago, and I went to Smiggins Hole in New South Wales, the ski resorts, which is near Perisher. And I tried to learn how to ski, but didn't do it very well. But it got me interested into knowing the area, which was just fantastic.
So we got snowy mountains. A lot of mountains are snowy. Why did these ones? Where are these snowy mountains?
They're in the southern part of New South Wales, near the Victorian border, in the highest part of the Great Dividing Range.
And where do they extend to?
They extend all the way up to North Queensland and all the way across to the Grampians in Victoria.
That's cool.
There's also ski resorts in Victoria, which I'll talk about later.
Okay. What about ski resorts are not in Victoria?
I will talk about the New South Wales ones.
Okay,
first.
fine. Fine. So you got the ski resorts in New South Wales.
They are Perisher, Smiggins, Blue Cow, Guthaga, and Threadbow. And,
Fantastic
and,
names, proper
and,
Australian names. Nonsense.
and Selwyn Snowfields.
Right, snowfields. In Australia, we either have we have Aboriginal names, names that sound both like it could kill you and is cute at the same time,
Oh no, it doesn't.
and also the names that describe themselves. Like, for example, mountains that are snowy.
Well, it doesn't always snow there all the time.
Oh, it
Dan.
doesn't?
It only snows there between June and late May and early October. It only
Oh
snows.
man, imagine going to the snowy mountains in summer and being vastly disappointed.
Oh, it's actually good to go up there in the summer because you get to do lots of bushwalking and mountain biking.
Oh, that's fun.
It's still cold up there even in summer, even though it's hot.
How cold does it get up there?
It gets down to like minus 20 degrees Celsius with the wind chill.
Minus 20 degrees.
Celsius.
Damn. That's like 4 degrees Fahrenheit or something.
Yes, that'd be about 4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, fucking nailed it. Nailed it completely. If I didn't, Kez can be like, no, you got it wrong. So this is great divide. Do people go up there for like a challenge, or do people live there?
There are people who live in those towns, but not very many people though. Mm-hmm. Threadbow's only got about 600 to 700 permanent residences.
What other things about the Snowy Mountains is unique?
There's the Merritts Gondola, which has just been recently completed to replace the old chairlift in Threadbow.
What's a gondola?
It's like the one you see at Taronga Zoo, or the difference is it's an alpine gondola, which is designed for being in blizzards and snow and all that.
Are those things that like a chairlift?
No, it's enclosed. It's
Does it carry you up the mountain?
yes, it does. It can seat up to 8 people in a cabin.
Okay, that's cool. And people go up the mountain to ski or snowboard?
Both ski and snowboard.
What about during summer?
During summer, they do mountain biking and hiking during the summer.
That's cool. So it's mainly used for sport, or is there like, can you go snowball fighting or building snowmen, doing casual stuff?
Yes, you can do snow play if you want to. You can do tobogganing, or you can do tobogganing or play or snow play like what you mentioned earlier. You can also do things like sightseeing. So you can walk all the way up to the top of Mount Kosciuszko.
How hard would that be?
If you're
That
very
hard.
fit, if you're very fit, you'll be okay. But it is very steep.
Judging by the 4, I'd
Yeah.
say that's a good indication.
That's a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What's your favourite part?
My favourite part would be seeing the gondola.
So you like how it looks. You've been there, right?
No, I've never been to Threadbow, but I've seen footage of it online. I have, and on TV.
Would you like to go there?
I would like to go there one day to visit the mountains.
That'd be fun. You've been interested in nature. Are you interested in nature or the people there?
A little bit.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier about this Victorian ski resorts.
Yeah.
They've got very similar, but they've got not as many lifts as the New South Wales ones.
How many do they have versus New South Wales?
There are 47 lifts at Perisher. There's I think 10 lifts in Threadbow, including the gondola. There's 15 or 16 lifts in Mount Hotham, 14 in Mount Buller, and there's about 4, I think there's about 5 in Falls Creek, and 11 lifts in Selwyn, Mount Selwyn.
Must be a good place for tourists.
Yes, it's good for tourists.
The locals are the locals the kind of people that is their economy based on tourism, or is there other stuff going on there?
Yeah, it's based on tourism, but most of the people who live there actually work in the snow. They're big employers to the region, those resorts. So, it generates a lot of money to that region, the ski season.
That's fantastic. Thank you for telling us about the snowy mountains.
There's one more thing I would like to tell you.
One more thing, folks.
The Merritt's Gondola was constructed at the end of the 2019 ski season through to the beginning of the 2020 ski season. It took them nearly 7 months to build and demolish the old lift.
It took them that long. I hope nothing happened so that it ruined their tourism.
No, they did it during the quieter time of the year when the ski season's not running.
That's fair enough. Thank you for telling us about the snowy mountains.
That's okay.
Next up, road rage. What I will get angry about a thing probably.
Goodbye.
Bye. Welcome to Road Rage, where I get unjustly angry about stuff. You know, because the pun, I suppose, they just couldn't let it go. Because I rant about stuff a lot. And, you know, but I'm not going to rant about the entire premise. I think that we saved that for episode 100. But I have been looking at NFTs and how utterly, completely, and stupidly expensive and useless they are. It's like, hey, I owned this. But what I love about NFTs is that if you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on NFTs, you don't own it. You don't own the image. You own like a link that links to where the image is. It's so stupid. And like,
Isn't that much like Spotify and Apple Music?
No, but like with Spotify and Apple Music, you get good shit. You get music. Imagine this, right? Imagine that you didn't pay $10 a month for all the music to ever exist, but instead you paid like $10,000 for stuff that looks like this. Look at that. I spent $30 on art that looks like this, and these idiots spent $10,000 on random generated shit. It is rich assholes conning other rich assholes to make themselves even richer. And, you know, bad for the environment, bad for like everyone except for these con artists. And Jimmy Fallon, because he's a massive twat, he's promoting it on his show. Probably James Corden likes it. James Corden, asshole, right? I don't actually know if James Corden promotes it, but he seems like the type. You got rich celebrities conning middle-class idiots to buy shitty monkeys and lions and everything. There's a movement of artists to be like, this is clearly bullshit, so what we're gonna do is have it so that we can we're going to have free version of this, which is hilarious. And what the plan is to have the, they look exactly like these NFT shit shows, and they look indistinguishable. So, and they are completely fucking fungible. So now you can they're just going to push them all out and then crash the economy forever. Also, what the fuck is happening with, and it's like, but you get to support artists. You fucking don't. You support rich assholes getting richer off scams. And the celebrities are promoting this, and they are just wanting more money. The whole thing is trash. If you want to support artists, here's what you do. You go to an artist and you're like, hey, can you draw something for me? I'll pay you like $50. Done. That's how you support artists. None of this shit. Goddamn fucking NFTs ruining art forever. And what I love is you have YouTubers that are artists that are basically breaking down everything about NFTs, and then you got the fairy artists who are like, hey, we'll draw your fucking characters. If you want art of animals, don't have fucking this shit. Just pay for good ones. Come on, man. It's just so bad. Do you know one of the things that they're ruining is the icon art, because people can specialize in like drawing icons for Twitter or whatever, and now because of this crap, you have that economy is just plummeting, and people steal art and put it on the blockchain, and it's not like it means anything, and everything, and it's just nothing but scams or money laundering. It's like, oh, do you know what? Coincidentally, NFTs got popular like this year or last year, and in like 2020, what happened? Well, art. When the government, the American government, was like, we got to stop money laundering, so let's be more critical of this fucking art shit. And now, oh, well, coincidentally, now people are spending thousands of dollars on NFTs. Oh, cool. Fuck! Just pay for furry art, you idiots.
I'm Scott, I'm here with Skrill. Welcome, Skrill.
Hello.
So today, we are discussing football, or in Australia terms, soccer. So the topic we're going to discuss is the rules and the decision in the A-League.
Yeah, okay.
So if anyone doesn't know what the A-League is, it's the Australian Football League. The VAR, that's a really big topic to talk about at the moment because discussions and decisions in the A-League have gone the wrong way. Every time the Mariners play, the decisions go the wrong way. The VAR is a video referee analysis. So if the referee can't make a decision, they go to this little screen, right? And they talk to the VAR in the box, and they have a look at this little screen. It's like a little video replay, and they replay it to see if the player's been taken down in the box or not in the box. This happened on the weekend. Last weekend.
And what happened?
So Lewis Miller had the ball, went in the box, and Matthew Leckie came over and trod on his foot. So the referee blew the whistle, went like this, went to the VAR, asked for the VAR's decision, didn't have a look at it. He overruled it, and no penalty. And the fans, we just blew up about it because
It's understandable.
It's frustrating. The VAR is there to help the referee make a decision.
And it didn't do its job.
And it's not the video referee, it's the actual referee that made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
It was clear. There's a photo of it clearly seeing that him staying on his foot. No red card, no yellow card. But if it happens to us, right? So Kai Rolls took Matthew Leckie outside the box. The referee blew the whistle, gave him a yellow card, and said penalty. And that was clearly outside the box. So this referee is in trouble now because he made two penalty wrong decisions. And so now the owner of the Mariners wants the VAR gone. It's causing so many problems week after week. Every time we tackle a player or something happens, we get carded. But if it's the opposite team,
So there's clearly a bit of favoritism there, which is not good for referee. Referee should always be neutral in these types of situations.
at the end of the day, it's the referee's decision. But those two penalties were the biggest,
We're just uncalled for.
sorry to swear, but bullshit decisions. That because we're a small club, we're only a small club.
Yeah.
Look at Sydney FC, look at Melbourne City. They're big clubs.
Yeah.
We're this small Central Coast squad. Like week after week, decisions don't go our way. We're up to what? 9 losses now,
Jeez.
and that's all to do with the COVID-19, players getting sick, matches getting rescheduled. It's absolute shambles. And another one that I would love to mention is women in football.
Yeah, okay.
That is the biggest problem now. There's another league called the Liberty A-League, and that's the women's A-League. And it feels like the girls are not getting any corrects. So I think it was Perth Glory playing at home, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, "Do you guys have the VAR in your league?" No. I was like, "Why?" Because we're girls.
Which is that's completely
That's feminism. Like
that's just not fair.
it's disgusting. It's not right. You can't do that because they still have the same rules. They still have the same standards. It's just not the VAR. They still play the 90 minutes. 90 what minutes. And I said to him, like, that's just unfair. Like, you can't. They should have equal rights. And they don't get big crowds.
Yeah, they get smaller crowds and smaller stadiums, but not nearly as many matches as the
So
men
they actually been playing at the Central Stadium. Like, Perth Glory was playing there. And they enjoy it and they thank us for coming because, like, fans need to kind of come and support them too. They just can't support the men. They've got to support the W League as well.
Yeah, okay, so if they want to support the women, they have to support the A-League. They can't just support the women.
That's why they changed it from, well, ages ago it used to be called the W League. Now it's called the Liberty A-League now. That's the women's.
Yeah, okay.
So next year we're actually being approved of a W League team. So the Central Coast Mariners got a W League coming in next season.
That's good.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be having more Liberty A-League games at the stadium.
Yeah, so let's hope so.
Is that all? I think that's all we're going to discuss today.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in now. We are going to take it back to Dan.
Don't just buy monkeys, pay for good monkeys. You know, that kind of shit. Anyway, I'm gonna have a nap. Goodbye forever.